acceptance, working with negative thoughts and emotions. So first topic in this chapter is how negative thoughts and emotions affect our health. So first we should understand what is negative thought or emotion. What is negativity? What we say negative thought is a stressful thought, is negative thought, frightening thought, or thought of anger, jealousy, or revenge, or to harm others, to hurt others. These are negative thoughts. Destructive thought. You can say negative thought is destructive thought, hazardous thought. And with thought, emotion comes. Or emotion and thoughts, these two are interlinked. Like you say, I love you. This is thought. But there is emotion latent. There is emotion instilled into this thought. I love you. Means you put the love into that. Again, you say, I hate you. Then you put that emotion also, negative emotion also. So thought and emotion, these two are interlinked. And this is like crippled and blind. Crippled and with eyes. Do you remember the story of that? Yeah. Yeah. They go hand by hand together. What? Thoughts and emotions. So if you have negative thought, then you will have negative emotion. If you have negative emotion, you will have negative thoughts. The feelings. Anything you want to add, Shivani? No?
So basically, Guruji, in psychology of emotions, we have this theory which says the same. I'll share it with you. Yes.
Okay.
So it is a James Lang theory and a Cannon-Barth theory that says so. So one set of like people say that no, there is first thought and then the emotion. Another set of people say that no, there is first emotion and then the thought. But then ultimately they came to the conclusion that it both goes parallel.
So this is the conclusion, bottom line.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So, in Vedanta philosophy, there is a theory that Gyan, Bhav, Sankalp, Kriya. There are four things. Gyan, Bhav, Sankalp, Kriya. Gyan is awareness. Bhav is feelings. Sankalp is thought. Kriya is action. So action is the superficial manifestation or the final manifestation of what? Jnana. Jnana is awareness. So you have feeling. What kind of feeling? What kind of jnana you have? The same kind of feeling you will have. Awareness, the realization, your understanding will trigger the same kind of feeling. And feelings beget the thoughts, sankalp, kriya, then action. So if you have jnana that I am Brahm, then your bhav will be Brahma bhav. Brahma Gyan, Brahma Bhav, Brahma Sankalp, Brahma Kriya. Right? So this is philosophy in Vedanta. Brahma Gyan, Brahma Bhav, Brahma Sankalp and Brahma Kriya. So if you have Brahma Gyan, then your feelings also will be Brahmic. If you have consciousness, Brahmic consciousness. So Gyan here means consciousness also. So if you have tiny consciousness, your feelings will be tiny. Your thoughts also will be tiny. Your actions also will be tiny. If you have, big consciousness, you will have big feelings, big emotions, big thoughts, big actions. Then you won't be content with the smaller things. Because that has become your habit, your nature. So Vedanta philosophy emphasizes that expand your consciousness. With expansion of consciousness, you expand the energy field of yourself also. You expand your aura. People who live very, tiny lives, people who have very confined self. So their emotions, their thoughts, their actions also will be confined. So some are confined to their families. They live for their families. They don't think beyond their families. They work, they earn, they think, they work, they do for families. Then there are some people who have greater consciousness. They work for community. They are community leaders. They think for community. Then they think for then country consciousness. Then you expand your consciousness, the global consciousness. Your consciousness becomes global. So according with that, your energy field also increases. Your aura also increases. If you think global, if you feel global, if you act global, then your energy, your aura is also global. But what about enlightened one, like Buddha? Buddha is not only global, Buddha is universal, more than universal. So therefore, if you could see Buddha's aura, you could not find, you could not have find the age or the end of his aura. Because his aura was Amit. You know Amit? Amit is immeasured. Abha means aura. That is why one of his names is Amitabha. Amitabha Buddha. So Buddha's one of names is Amitabha. He has many names like Tathagata, Amitabha, Buddha, Arhat, Sambuddh. So these are different names. So Amitabha, his aura was immense, immature. Why? Because of his consciousness. His consciousness was never indulged in, you know, in country or on this planet only, but his consciousness was pervading the entirety. His consciousness was all pervasive. That is why he was Buddha. Otherwise, he was not Buddha. So anyone who has this kind of consciousness becomes Buddha. Buddha is not the name. Buddha is the state, like yoga. If I say I'm yogi, so yogi is not my name. Yogi is my state of being, my consciousness. So this is what is yoga or mindfulness or meditation. You have to expand your consciousness. Expand, expand, expand. Transcend everything. And when you come into nirvana, then your consciousness becomes infinite. So negative thoughts and emotions are, what is negative is tiny, selfishness. When you become selfish, you are negative. When you become selfless, you are positive. Okay? So the fight, war, conflicts, ego, all these are born of selfishness. When you become selfish, then you don't care about others. You just care about yourself. In COVID crisis, you had seen people who had money or who had resources, they just accumulated the oxygen cylinders. They don't care about neighbors. They were, hoarding, selfish. They became selfish. But there were some people who bought oxygen cylinders. They were distributing cylinders, right? Doctors were selfless, front works, front line health professionals. So they had bigger consciousness, bigger emotions, bigger thoughts, bigger, energy field. Okay. So definitely selfish thoughts, because Buddha says self is the error of all, source of all errors. Self is the source of all error. Buddha says self is hazardous. Self is, negative. That is why he says anatta. Anatta means no self. Buddha says, don't preserve yourself. If you will try to preserve yourself, you'll be failed. No one could preserve he or herself. Then what to preserve? Nothing to preserve. You cannot preserve anything. You cannot preserve. Preserve means hold. Yeah. You cannot hold anything. You cannot perpetuate anything. You cannot carry anything. You cannot hold anything. Not even your body, not even your life. If you cannot save yourself, then how shall you save others? You cannot save yourself. No, this is not. Buddha says self is error, self is source of error, and anything which is born of self is negative. And any thought related to yourself, that means you are going wrong. So you have to keep checking, watching. You have to keep, you have to be vigilant. You have to be mindful that lest this idea of self or selfishness is coming in me. If that comes, then you have to combat that. You have to overcome that. You have to win that by, yes, reminding, by reminding yourself the words of Buddha, the words of masters, the truth. And you shall know the truth shall set you free. This is the only truth which will make you free. And what is truth? Truth is, yes, nothing is permanent. You are not yourself, including myself, everyone's self. Then you just flow, just go with time, flow, flow, flow. Flow with time, flow. Try to share your energy, try to share your blessings, try to share your skills with needy people. That is how you practice the big consciousness or positive consciousness, selfless consciousness in bottom line. Okay? And you will find that the more selfless you become, the more healthy you become. The more selfish you become, the less healthy you become, the sick you become. So selfish people have so many health issues, psychological, emotional, physical health issues. They think about their families, they always think, there is a song, Duniya mein kitna gam hai, mera gam kitna kam hai. There's a song. Gum means, yeah, problems or sufferings. This is Urdu word. Emine, do you know that Urdu? Gum?
Gum, I don't know, but dunya, I know. We have the same dunya.
Yeah. Duniya. So Duniya mein kitna gum hai? Gum means, yeah, sufferings. So this world is full of sufferings. And in front of people's suffering, my suffering is actually no suffering, or very less. Nanak Dukhiya yahi sansar. Guru Nanak was also telling that this entire world is suffering. And you are in better position. Okay? So depression comes, anxiety comes, fear comes, because you want to preserve yourself. Fear. And from fear comes stress. From stress comes inflammation. And then, what do you say? Dysfunction, malfunctioning of the organs, malfunctioning of the endocrine system. So you first damage your endocrine system, and that affects your digestion system, that affects your sleep disorder, and with it come a lot of problems. So here the focus is avoid negative thoughts and emotions with acceptance of negative things. What you say, like you have negative things, selfishness. So at first hand, people don't accept that I am selfish. They don't acknowledge, right? In your psychological world, they don't acknowledge that I am selfish. They are selfish. They say, no, I am selfish. But their depression, their sickness are because of their selfishness. They keep thinking about themselves. If you will scrutinize, if you will study the people who are suffering from anxiety or stress or these things, you will find that in deep, they are very self-concerned. They feel insecure. They feel, betrayed. They feel cheated. They feel neglected. People are neglecting. Social anxiety also comes with that. Okay.